This last year, Walgreens has closed 6 Arkansas locations across the state. And I take each one of those personally. They're made up of pharmacists that care about their communities, technicians that show up every day. Earlier, Walgreens announced the closure of 1,200 locations over the next 3 years. We heard Dr. Vincent talking about in Arkansas, we've closed 40 pharmacies over the last 2 years. Walgreens has a long history of providing trusted healthcare services to our country for 120 years. Walgreens is an unaffiliated, non-vertically integrated pharmacy. We do not own a PBM. We are not owned by a PBM. Walgreens are subject to the same reimbursement challenges as our local independent colleagues, and we stand in solidarity with them. 80% of the drug market is housed under 3 PBMs who also own their own pharmacies. This leverage allows them to force low reimbursements that do not reflect the actual cost to purchase or dispense medications to local independent pharmacies and unaffiliated pharmacies like Walgreens. Walgreens loses money on many of the prescriptions and services we provide on a regular basis. Leverage also allows for patient steering. We just heard that. We are losing patients because of specific PBMs requiring them to use their own vertically integrated pharmacies in which they have financial stake. These unfair and unreasonable business practices require pharmacies to provide less services to our patients and ultimately could end up in closing doors. This puts our patients at the greatest risk of creating healthcare desert. We've talked about that time and time again today with access. Fortunately, this is also disproportionately affects those underserved communities. In 2019, across the U.S., 7,000 pharmacies closed. This last fall, we brought it up earlier, Walgreens announced the closure of 1,200 locations over the next 3 years. We heard Dr. Vincent talking about in Arkansas, we've closed 40 pharmacies over the last 2 years. This last year, Walgreens has closed 6 Arkansas locations across the state. And I take each one of those personally. They're made up of pharmacists that care about their communities, technicians that show up every day. We are a proud profession. We want to be a sustainable profession and work within a sustainable business model. PBMs must offer consistent, predictable, and reliable reimbursements. That's the same for independent, unaffiliated pharmacies as it is for pharmacies in which the PBMs own financial stake. PBMs should not be allowed to steer patients away from the patient's preferred pharmacy. Thank you for the role that you've played in supporting our profession. But we've seen behind that pharmacy curtain, and it's not pretty. The curtain is suffocating the integral community healthcare providers, but unfortunately, the patients are the ones that are hurt the most. I implore you to keep the work alive so that years later, when we look back on this time, we find ourselves on the right side of history. Thank you.